Once you have chosen a topic to write about for your law review or journal article, the next step is to check for preemption. Preemption checking is a vital part of the publication process. A thorough preemption check ensures the originality of your work, which increases the odds it will be published. Your initial preemption check can also help you refine a broad topic by suggesting alternate search terms, showing you what has already been discussed and argued, and presenting unexplored theories. Preemption checking is an ongoing process. It is imperative to run frequent checks on your topic to make sure it remains unique. In addition, if your note changes its focus, you must make sure those changes are reflected in your preemption check. What does it mean to be preempted? The essence of preemption is that you cannot write an article that someone else has already written. Do not, however, get stuck trying to find a note topic that no one has ever written about. If your article moves the legal discussion forward, it is okay if the issue has been examined by others. With that in mind, here are some rough guidelines on what it means to not be preempted. Of course, you should always defer to the specific policies of your journal. If you find an article that has been written on your topic, but it is several years old and some new and interesting legal developments have occurred, you are not preempted. If you find an article that makes your argument but comes to a different conclusion and there have been significant changes in the law, you are not preempted. If you find an article that has been written on your topic, but you are writing a legally valid opposing argument, you are not preempted. If you find an article that contains just one section on your topic, you are not preempted. A section of an article is usually about 5 to 6 pages. If your entire proposed article is preempted by a section of another article, you likely need to refine your topic. If you find an article that has a similar introduction to your proposed article that does not automatically preempt you, you cannot write in a vacuum. Articles on the same topic will have similar setups. You should think of the introduction as the foundation of a house. It is fine if you have a similar foundation as another article if the rest of your house is built in a different manner. If you find an article that makes a different argument on your topic but comes to the same conclusion, you are probably not preempted. In fact, this is usually a good thing since you might be able to mine the conflicting article for resources. You are preempted if you find a relatively recent article, the date here will vary depending upon your chosen topic, that makes the same argument and comes to the same conclusion, and you can't or don't want to argue the opposing side, and it covers every aspect of your topic. This video will demonstrate the two most common preemption checks, a Shepard's preemption check and a term preemption check. Note, you need to read the entirety of any article that is similar to your topic to ensure you are not preempted. Do not assume your article is original just because it seems that way from the first few paragraphs. Lexis+AI contains over 850 law review and journals, so you can have confidence your preemption check is thorough. Begin a Shepard's preemption check by going to Lexis+AI and accessing the research system. A Shepard's preemption check is used when your proposed topic focuses on a specific case or statute to such an extent that any article that preempts you would necessarily cite to it. Let's say that your article focuses on a specific case. Type that case citation in the search bar, for example, 540 F3rd 231, and click Search. The main components of the Shepard's report appear at the top of the case. Click Other Citing Sources to retrieve documents other than cases that have cited to this case. Select Law Reviews. Review the resulting articles or use the Search Within Results post-search filter to narrow the articles to those that discuss certain key terms or phrases and review those articles to ensure you are not preempted. To conduct a term preemption check, click Run New Search or go back to the home page. A term preemption check is a search through law reviews and journals to ensure there are no articles that extensively explore your topic. When constructing your term preemption check, ask yourself what terms or phrases would be in an article discussing your topic and how they would appear in the article. For example, an initial term preemption check on issues with employers' drug testing for marijuana might look like this. Cannabis or marijuana within 25 words of employer, within 25 words of the term drug, within 5 words of screening or testing. Click Search. Select secondary materials and law reviews and journals. You should have your topic narrowed down to the point where this general search retrieves less than 250 results. Only a few results indicate that the topic is so novel that you may have difficulty finding sources to cite. Too many results indicates that the topic is so overly analyzed it may be difficult for you to bring something significant to the discussion, unless a new substantial issue has recently developed. To review the articles to check for preemption, begin by reading the title, the date of publication, and the highlighted search terms in context. If this combination convinces you that an article could possibly preempt you, you need to review it. For example, open "The grass is greener somewhere." Almost all articles will contain a section in the introduction that sets forth exactly what will be discussed. Review that section to determine if the article preempts you, then continue reading through the article to fully check for preemption, or to help you further refine your topic. You now know what a preemption check is and how to conduct a Shepard's and term preemption check. Contact your Lexis representative to learn more.